everyone, welcome to another episode of Table Talk. I'm your host, Jake Combs. Now, you guys might remember one of the previous episodes we did. Based on the time that these finally get edited, we had some issues with our computer and everything that delayed that process with the previous GI Joe Roleplaying video. So these might actually end up coming out like a day apart. But you guys may remember that recently we talked about our favorite role-playing game, GI Joe, and showed some of the new books that have come out for it. Now, we've already received, since then, while we were trying to get that edited, we have now received the new Intercontinental Adventures Factions in Action Volume 2. Now, as far as I'm aware, there are not any new role-playing game books announced, but we're definitely looking forward to it when they do, because I'm expecting to see much more from the from that team specifically. And so far, every book that they've done, they've absolutely nailed it. We've gone back and played those other books, the GI Joe, or I'm sorry, the Cobra faction, especially playing as them, and oh my god, it's amazing to see players that have always been GI Joe fans really just cut loose in a experience as Cobra, where they're really just being those characters. And it made for one of the best experiences, taking someone that is like has only liked GI Joe themselves and putting them as Cobra, as somebody that's always been, primarily Cobra centered. That has always been, amazing to me when I can get somebody to basically come over to the dark side, so to speak. And so now we're at the Intercontinental Adventures Factions in Action Volume 2. So let's take a look. Now, we have not looked at this previously, but we see right off the bat we have the Arashikaji, for those that don't know. And for some of the videos where we've actually been on camera, some of you may have actually noticed I actually have that tattooed on my arm. Then we also have the Dreadnoks, and I believe that's Red Star is the name, the Russian kind of GI Joe counterpart, if I remember correctly. So, the October Guard, that's what they were called. I was correct on the group, definitely wrong on the name. So global conflict, basically kind of looking at, expanding further out in the world, starting with chapter 2, which is the Arashikaji, which is by far one of my favorite organizations. And I do recognize this right here being from, pretty sure that's from the IDW artwork. We have Quick Kick, which is kind of interesting choice there, since he wasn't actually a member of the Arashikaji. We have the Blind Master, Hard Master, and Soft Master. Information there. We have Kamakura with Snake Eyes. We have the female Snake Eyes, and then Snake Eyes again. We have students, Master, Spy, Guards. We have Jinx, which that is actually one of the cover from, I believe, from the original Image run that they did. We have Nunchuck. There's Storm Shadow. He kind of went back and forth as a Cobra agent, which we actually have Ally versus Cobra agent rules for, and some of their items. Now, I like the look of the female Snake Eyes. I just wish that they would have given her a more original name. I know that they thought that in the comics that Snake Eyes himself was dead, and so basically she picked up the mantle. But even after he came back, it didn't really change. Heart Wrencher, she was always fun. Ripper, love that art for him. I wish that they would have done different art for Road Pig between the two books, and Thrasher as well. Of course, that is one of the most badass Torch artworks that they've done. That's Xandar right there, but he's listed next to Zartan. I think that they should have organized the page a little differently, so that way his picture is next to his name, just so that way they didn't confuse people. Lasagna, and then the various Dreadnought vehicles. One thing I always loved about the Dreadnoughts is just how crazy some of their vehicles looked. Then we go into the October Guard. Most of those guys I don't remember by name, but they were always fun characters. Red Star, okay, so that's where I remember the name from. And then basically playing as a October Guard character. Colonel Brekov. Dana, she was always fun. Basically showing better skills as a sniper than most of the GI Joes. Lieutenant Gorky. Remember these guys by picture, but don't remember them specifically. Ursula. Okay, yep. She is a bear, which is what I thought, but when reading the name. So definitely glad that they brought these two factions into it. Now, me personally, in the order of factions that I would have released, I would have actually done this book prior to Volume 1. But I know more publicly, people were more aware of Python Force, or Tiger Force and Python Patrol than the Dreadnoughts or the Rashtakanji, even though they were quite aware of Zartan and the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow specifically. Alright, Big Ben, so bringing in some of the other characters from throughout the world. Ghost Bear, Glenda, Quinn, great throwback there. But they brought him into it. Now, Quinn was one of those ones that I thought had a great backstory and was severely underused. Vipera, I don't remember that character though. Wolf Spider. A lot of really cool stuff here. Looking forward to trying this one out and can't wait to really experience it and get to play with these factions specifically. Really looking forward to this one.